This week on The Aviators, our two-episode special continues as we return to the Caribbean skies for the Governor-General's Cup International Air Rally. With the islands of Antigua, Tortola, and Haiti awaiting our arrival, the conclusion of our journey promises to be something very special. That is, as long as Mother Nature cooperates. Previously on The Aviators, we took a trip down south for the Governor-General's Cup Caribbean Air Rally. Alongside 80 flying enthusiasts on board 35 aircraft, we got our first taste of what this 13-day trek across the Caribbean islands has to offer. From Grand Turk to Martinique, we met the people who have made the event possible and experienced the sights and sounds of the islands firsthand. But with an ominous storm on the horizon, the remainder of the air rally appears to be at the mercy of Mother Nature. We're back with the International Air Rally as we make our way through the gorgeous islands of the Caribbean. But with a heavy storm developing directly in our flight path, our stay in Martinique might just have been extended.
The weather is going so fast here. The clouds climb, and build so fast over the land. So sometimes it's hard to have a good view of the weather while you're on the ground. When you go up, you can figure it out, but when you're on the ground, you are a little bit not sure.
It's the first patch of bad weather we've come across and highlights some of the important safety issues when flying in this part of the world. Not only do we have to take into account the fact that we are mostly flying over water, but there's also the Caribbean climate itself to consider.
There is a couple of differences from piloting here and in Canada, for example. Here it's all sea all over the place. So you fly over the water. There's some consideration for it. You have to keep in mind that you can have an engine failure and have to land on the water. So you try to keep a good distance to the shore. So if we have engine failure, we can go to the land as soon as possible.
As always, when you're not sure whether or not to fly, the best course of action is to wait it out. As they say, better to be on the ground wishing you were in the air than in the air wishing you were on the ground. And on the plus side, now we've got a chance to sit down with Marie-Eve Montima, a young Haitian woman with an incredible story. Marie was invited by Catherine and Camille to take part in the air rally as she continues her journey towards becoming the first Haitian woman to obtain her commercial pilot's license. It's a truly extraordinary achievement.
I said, Dad, I want to be a pilot. After they said, are you okay, babe? I said, yes, I'm good, Dad, but I want to be a pilot. I don't know, but I just want to be a pilot. I have the feeling. So my father said, okay, I'm so happy. I'm going to call a friend and to let him know you want to be a pilot. He has a foundation. I said, yes. Okay. And my father called a friend. That guy is a pilot, he's an instructor too. He has a foundation. His friend Gabriel, he's my first instructor, actually. And he said, great. Let's meet on Sunday at 9. And so that 7 hours already up, waiting for the meeting. My father said, oh, you're on time. I said, yes. So that day I did my first flight. In 2009, I did my first flight with him. That was so amazing.
Marie was hooked, yet she kept her newfound passion largely to herself. After all, at the time, aviation was seen as an unusual habit for young Haitian women. But she couldn't hide for long, as she eventually began to attract attention from the FHEAA. an aviation-centric, not-for-profit organization that teaches underprivileged Haitians the skills needed to repair and fly Cessna aircraft, a necessary transport tool in the continued development of Haiti. And the FHEAA was curious what Marie wanted to do with her life.
They said, okay, Mary, so what do you want to do in your life? I said, I want to be a pilot. I want to be a pilot no matter what time. Even if I have to be a pilot after 10 years, I will. That's my dream. I need to, that's my goal. I said that to them. They said, well, that's a big thing. I said, yes, I want to be. And no matter what, I want to be a pilot.
In 2013, this led to the foundation sponsoring Marie's attendance to NS Aviation Flight School in Florida.
It's a small school, it's not big. But inside this school, it's like a big family. Different country, but it's one family. We help each other. I love this school.
Shortly thereafter, she received an email from Catherine asking if she had any interest in taking part in the air rally. Marie's initial reaction was, well, less than positive.
Catherine sent the original an email about air rally. I didn't want to go. No, I didn't want to go. I said, no, I'm not going. They said, why you don't want to go? I said, because I heard that's going to be on TV and I don't want that. And everybody in Haiti going to know I'm a pilot. I don't want that. I don't want to go in this thing.
It took convincing from family, friends, and Catherine herself, but Marie relented, fully aware how important it was to be a model for other young Haitian women and to let them know that they can do anything they want in life, including becoming a pilot.
And I said, okay, I'm going finally. And I start everything. And after all that thing, and she said she's going to find me a sponsor, a mentor. And I said, okay. And after a couple more, she just sent me an email. She found a sponsor, a mentor for me. I said, who is she? And she said she's named Angela.
Sponsored by Bombardier since 2007, the Air Rally Mentorship Program is a unique opportunity for young pilots to acquire the confidence and experience needed to fly at the international level. In Marie's case, her participation was also made possible by Sun Air Aviation, a flight school based in Florida, and Sunrise Airways, Haiti's primary airline.
Hi, I'm Angela Cloud, and I've been flying for 18 years. I ran into Catherine, and she was nice enough to explain how the air rally worked and how to get involved. And then she, a couple months after Oshkosh had told me about Marie, and I instantly wanted to help her out and fly with her. She's got a pretty amazing story, and I'm honored to get a chance to fly with her. It's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of laughter and a lot of adventure along the way, and even today. So it's been great.
It's a remarkable and inspiring journey. Marie is fully aware how the stars have aligned for her, and she wants nothing more than to pay it forward.
If I'm on the top, if I see a person like on the bottom, I should give him my hand to bring him up. That will be good. And that thing can change a lot of people. So I'm proud of that family. And I said thank you to the Air Rally. It's a good experience, and I'm so happy.
With Haiti being the last stop on our trip, it's sure to be a homecoming the entire country can be proud of. But for now, all we can do is be thankful that Marie has found her calling in aviation, knowing that she's carving a very important path for those who follow her. Meanwhile, Glenn still has a propeller on his twin Commander to worry about. He's able to safely wire the loose pin back in place with the help of a local mechanic, and so far everything looks good for today's flight. But still, he's taking no chances.
Yeah, well, yesterday the mechanic helped me get the pin back in the prop, and we safety wired it back in, and we think we've got it in there good enough to get us home. So I'm gonna give it a test fly today We're heading up to Antigua. I got a ride in a citation for my wife and 4-year-old, so I'll probably never get them back in the Commander again after today. They'll be trying to upgrade, so I'm not looking forward to the end of the day to hear about their trip in the jet, but I think it's safer to leave them in another airplane and test fly this thing solo.
It's good news for Glenn and his family. And with the rain starting to show signs of letting up, everyone's eager to make their way to the next destination.
My name is Zachary Rockwell, and I am studying air traffic control at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. Growing up my entire life, both my parents were air traffic controllers, and I played a lot of video games. And my parents told me, hey, you know, video games, that's exactly what air traffic control is. You sit in front of a screen and you have total control over what all these pilots are doing. If you understand it, it's fun. If you come to Embry-Riddle and you study for a 4-year degree, you are able to, if you are interested in other things as well, to study 2 things at once. I am personally a double major, air traffic control and human factors psychology. I've always had a love for both of them, and so coming here, I had the opportunity to study both of these. So if someone was coming to me at a younger age and was interested in pursuing air traffic control, I would definitely encourage them to, because it's a lot of fun. It's like you're playing a video game. There are lots of opportunities because they're hiring a lot of people, and it's a great industry with a high-paying job and a lot of benefits. So.
This time we're headed to Antigua, located 160 nautical miles north of Martinique. A reputable tourist hub, Antigua is well known as an island of luxury, with many notable celebrities owning homes here, including Eric Clapton and Oprah. We land at VC Bird International, the island's only airport, and one that is served by several major airlines, including Virgin, American Airlines, and Air Canada. Our home for the next 2 days? The breathtaking Sugar Ridge Resort, a sprawling 43 acres built into the surrounding tropical hillside. As it turns out, the bad weather has decided to stick around, resulting in a number of VFR pilots staying in Martinique.
Well, the weather yesterday was a little marginal for some of the VFR pilots coming up here to Antigua. There were a few rain showers, and the ceilings were a little low for the VFR guys. So 9 of our folks decided to stay in Martinique overnight and enjoy the hospitality and the good weather in Martinique and wait for the weather to improve.
With our group now divided, new concerns arise for the rally organizers. Making sure everyone stays safe and accounted for is always the top priority.
We were with the briefing team, being sure we knew exactly who was there, and what order they were going to fly back up here, and make sure that we had everybody collected, everybody was ready to go. We did weather briefs to make sure that they had and we had the weather, and they understood what the weather conditions were. We briefed them on the alternate in Guadeloupe as to how to use that if they wanted to go there instead, and we let them know about the ground logistics as well, so that we could be sure they were comfortable once they got here, and they wouldn't get any difficulties getting through the customs and then over here to the hotel. Difficult to make that decision because the weather wasn't really bad here, that you couldn't possibly get in. It was just kind of marginal. And we've got a lot of folks that haven't flown a lot of Caribbean weather. For some of the folks, it's their first time out here in the islands, and you know, the best decision in that case is if you're not real sure that it's what you need, then just wait it out.
It's a testament to the thorough planning that goes into organizing all aspects of the air rally. Crossing international borders can be an intimidating experience for many general aviation pilots who are unfamiliar with the process. And if you're dealing with 35 planes and close to 80 people, all with differing levels of ability, not everything always goes according to plan. Luckily, the rally offers extensive webinar sessions a month prior to the event, informing pilots of everything they need to know regarding international flight plans. This constant support, as well as Catherine and Camille's ability to seamlessly adapt to changing circumstances, is a skill they've honed through years of experience. It all helps ensure that while flight schedules may shift slightly, everyone continues to have a great time, even when the weather isn't cooperating. The passion these pilots have shown for aviation has been evident since we left Fort Lauderdale. Now with the group reunited, we get to see just how strong the sense of camaraderie has become, thanks in no small part to Brian Pound.
This morning at breakfast, I was finished and walking around, and for some reason, the younger pilots, the ones that are being mentored, or the younger pilots, all were gathered together, the 8 of them, hanging out, and I just thought that was wrong. So I thought, usually when I'm hanging out with a bunch of pilots, the average age is 50 plus. This 25 average didn't look right, so I thought I'd go in and increase the average so it looked a little bit more acceptable. And we started sharing some stories and having a great time. And they had some experiences, and I did too. And some of those stories are all funny. You learn from them and share and try and keep each other out of trouble. So that was fun. It was great.
Helping young pilots realize their dreams is a priority for the rally. Every year, great lengths are gone to ensure that those who are serious about flying are given the opportunity to acquire the experience and skills necessary to pursue a career in aviation.
For the last 4 years that I've been on International Air Rally, we have sponsors that actually help pay for the young pilots that are looking to get their commercial license or higher. And I've got an ambition to be a commercial pilot, an airline pilot. And even last year, I mentored one of the pilots, allowed him to fly my plane for 35 hours. Such a fine young gentleman, good skills and but also my wife thought that she wanted to adopt him. So that's the sort of a relationship. I've been flying for 35 years. It's a passion that I have, and if I can assist somebody to acquire that same passion and realize their dreams, I think I've had a good day.
With only 3 days remaining in the rally, it's time to move on to the island of Tortola, a 176 nautical mile trip north of Antigua. Lined with gorgeous mountain ranges, Tortola is the largest and most populated of the British Virgin Islands. It's also a popular tourist destination and home to the Terence B. Lettsome International Airport, which serves as a gateway to just about all islands within the BVI. We make our way to the Nanny Cay Hotel, the British Virgin Islands' leading marina resort and one of the most popular sailing destinations in the world. But it's a somber arrival. While this isn't yet the end of the journey, it does signify the end of the air rally as we head off to take part in the closing ceremonies. Here, the Governor General's Cup will be presented to the winners of this year's International Air Rally.
Let your family and your friends know that you found the best place on the planet to be, and you're taking an extended vacation for about 10 days. You're taking a moorings boat or a sunsail yacht, and you're gonna cruise the Virgin Islands for 10 days.
That we will keep it as environmentally beautiful as it is. We will keep it like that because we know you are coming, and we want it to be just like that, just because of you.
Catherine is on hand to thank the multitude of people and organizations that work tirelessly to make the rally happen, as well as all the hosts along the way who have done so much to ensure everyone feels like part of the community.
We are very happy to do this event, to be able to support the participation and all these pilots by participating and making this happen. So I thank you very much.
Aviation is becoming a big thing for us here in the BVI, and want you to know that we have great plans for extending our airport, working diligently on that. We hope to have it going by the end of this year. We've been working on it for the last 5 years, and we are finally getting to the final end of the journey.
While taking part in the actual competition is voluntary, it's a significant highlight of the trip. The cup itself dates back to 1953 and carries with it a long lineage of accomplished pilots who have not only showcased exceptional skill in the air, but have also demonstrated a wealth of knowledge when it comes to issues of navigation and safety when flying over international waters.
Take a break when I get home because I need the rest. I think that might be true with some of the others as well. It is hectic, but I have to say that it's an adventure. We're seeing something new every day and we're flying.
And it's been a fantastic experience for us, as always. So the International Air Rally was Camille and Catherine. You don't understand the amount of work that they have to do all year long to get us here for the 2 weeks. It's phenomenal, and I think we should give them a hand.
This year's race is incredibly close, giving all pilots reason to be proud. In third place are Maria and Ashley in their Mooney MJ-02 300 missile. In second, Ugo and Guillaume in the Piper Seneca. But the prestigious Governor General's Cup is reserved for the best. And this year, the winners of the International Air Rally are Jonathan and Julia, flying a 2004 Stoddard Hamilton Glass Air built by Jonathan himself.
If you've noticed something, it might be nice if some of us older pilots can win this once in a while, because it's certainly all the young group tonight. Congratulations, Jonathan. Julia, congratulations. Great trip.
It's a special night. And although the award ceremonies marks the official close of the Air Rally, we still have one more stop to make. It's a 441 nautical mile trip west to the eastern side of Dominican Republic. Landing at the Hugo Chavez International Airport in Haiti, a crowd of media and family has already formed, eagerly awaiting the arrival of their local hero. Having experienced a weather delay back in Tortola, Marie and Angela finally touched down. Everyone of note is on hand to welcome her home, from the Minister of Tourism to the Canadian Ambassador to Haiti. Being the first woman in the country to obtain her commercial pilot's license is an extraordinary achievement. Marie now has to set a precedent for all those who choose to follow her path, and has shown that when you truly want something and put your whole heart into it, the sky's the limit. With this, it's time to say goodbye to this year's International Air Rally as we get set to make our way back to Fort Lauderdale. Watching from the tarmac, it's become all too clear that what Catherine and Camille have built over the years is much more than just a vacation for pilots. It's a common bond based on a shared love of aviation, and it's a platform from which to rekindle old friendships, to start new ones, to give back, to learn, and to never stop exploring. They occupy an important place in the aviation community, and we can't wait to see where they go next. All 7 seasons of The Aviators, plus Airboss and Jet Truck, are now available in DVD, Blu-ray, and online viewing bundles. For more information on today's segments, visit www.theaviators.tv. From Oshkosh, Wisconsin's Whitman Regional Airport, we'll see you next time on The Aviators.